Hey guys, GrungeLamp0 Gaming back here, and in today's video, I'm just going to be talking about more Halo E3 news and so much more just of what we saw in the trailer the other day. I'm going to do a trailer review here soon, but for now we're just going to talk about what we saw in the trailer because so many people are doing trailer reviews. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to talk about what we saw in the trailer and what this means for the new Halo. So let's start off with design and graphics of the trailer, just getting to the base of it. So we saw in the trailer that it was mostly just this guy's family life, which was kind of interesting to start off with this guy and then maybe 1 minute of Master Chief in there. He's always floating around in space. That's kind of like his thing. It's kind of weird. I don't know. That's just his trademark thing, I guess. But for one of the things I might add is that during the trailer we saw a lot of just what they're going to use, their concept art kind of thing. We didn't see any gameplay, which is too bad because I was really hoping to see what we're gonna play, but maybe they don't have that worked out here just yet. But one thing they do have worked out, one of the things, is how they're going to set up the storyline. It was kind of interesting though how the two trailers that we saw, the two Halo Infinite, the one at E3 and the one there, kind of relate, kind of like these lost Halo rings that you see, and they just got destroyed, and it's kind of interesting what they showed. So it's going to be on a Halo ring, of course. That means that was kind of right, in my prediction. So we're definitely gonna see the Flood, probably the Banished, like most people were predicting, because we hadn't seen them in a while. So it's great to set up that storyline. It's also great to have new enemies that haven't been seen before in actual Halo games, not just Halo Wars, which it is a game. It's just not a hand-to-hand combat game, if you guys know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm trying to say. Is it'd be interesting to fight them face to face. They don't really look good. His Master Chief's armor looks interesting. It looks better than Halo 2 343's art of it. So I think they're definitely going to improve on that. He looks even taller in this one, which is kind of interesting. So I think they learned from their mistakes in Halo 4 and decided to make it a lot better. Now, one thing is for sure is that there definitely are abandoned on some kind of Halo ring. Like I was saying just a few minutes ago, that is how it's going to be. Is the Halo ring is definitely going to be the point of interest, especially that they showed us in the trailer, and we kind of knew it was going to be on a Halo ring. Even the other trailers showed us that. So I don't think it's going to be anything. It might be kind of like Halo 1, go around, find survivors. That's what I'm kind of thinking. For the most part, just seeing the abandoned Marines on there, and my own little beta gameplay that I set up myself on Halo, kind of to show what I saw in the trailer. And all of it is accurate. I mean, they're kind of on this lost area with no places to run, no places to hide, and then there's Master Chief just involved there. So now I'm going to kind of go into exactly what we saw in the trailer. So most of it is this one guy. It's just this one guy in the ship. We don't know what kind of ship. We really don't. I'm guessing a small frigate or a prowl or an advanced prowler, something along those lines. It's definitely not a Pelican or anything because it's too big. So it's definitely some kind of ship or station. It's probably a good lifeline, one of those small frigates. I'm not exactly sure their name, but it's probably one of those. And that's probably it because they have more ships than they have people to crew them. That's kind of how it goes. And it kind of looks like he's been abandoned with nothing until he finds the chief. So that was kind of interesting after just seeing him and seeing that one guy. Now what's interesting is then they pull him inside and they get him rethought, and he kind of moves at the end. He's like, "You're ready to get this done. Don't die on me." Blah blah blah. I really think that this is something to know and something to definitely think about as we're going in. Maybe they're going to focus more on story this time instead of just gameplay, because the story kind of sucked. Maybe it's going to get better, maybe it won't, or maybe Halo will just drive it into the ground some more. Now we do know that there are a lot of Halo players, as much as there are Halo haters. I know, hate saying that word, But they're out there, and I mean, it's just a video game in all days. Even though 343 clearly ruined it, they have made it more kid-friendly, so they have picked up more players. It's more about the players and the money now, more about giving a good storyline and, etc. So I know there are Halo haters, Halo lovers, both watching this video, both alike, or just people who wanted to know about, or my subscribers. But for most part, it usually is Halo lovers wanting to learn updates. So yeah, that's about it for that news. To like wrap everything up about the Halo Infinite kind of thing. Now let's just talk about news in general now. So we do know that it's probably going to be released in the fall. They wouldn't have been at E3 if they weren't going to release it this year, most likely. So they're probably going to stick what they've always have done and just release it in the fall again, which would be a good decision. What's happened now is pretty interesting. We don't know if Halo Infinite will be on the Mac PC just yet. I'm thinking about that because all they've been wanting to do is adding the Master Chief Collection right now, and they're adding in order, so they're starting with Reach, and then all the other Halo games. So at its point, Halo Infinite might come, even though it is owned by Microsoft, so they're probably gonna get to see how many Halo, Xboxes are sold off of this sale, and then bring it to PC. Most likely, it's all about the money now, really. And then last thing I'll just talk about is like more news probably, and just like random Halo facts about this game. So one of the things we do know about Halo Infinite is that it takes part on Zeta Halo, or just a Halo ring in fact. Now this Halo ring, as of trailer, it has a hole through it. So now it's probably either from a comet or a flagship or an explosion. Now it's definitely not the old ring installation, for 343 Guilty Spark. It's definitely not that installation. It's if it was that installation, to be very wrecked. This one only appears to have like a slight hole in it, but still seems to be function and not on the dark side, not going to the wasteland, just like we saw in Nightfall kind of thing. So it's definitely not exactly all torn down now. It's better, it has its ups and downs, but it's not like a trashed ring probably. And then it also looks like it also has sentinels, probably that. So the enemies we'll see on Halo Infinite will probably be the basics, I guess, kind of Flood, sentinels. If they're friendly, they're kind of not. I mean, it depends who's there. We haven't seen too much of 343 Guilty Spark since Halo 3, so we don't know if they're going to bring that character back. We really don't know what happened to him. My thought is that he died on Halo 3 again, but it's hard to know because so many things like the different sentinels can be reconstructed, so we don't know if there's going to be another clone of him or there's going to be a different monitor that's against him, because 343 clearly got killed by Spartan John's laser in the end, so we don't know if he'll pop up. There'll definitely be some kind of Covenant, because what makes a Halo game without Covenant? There's always Covenant. No matter which Halo game you play, there's always a common factor that will show up somewhere. Because, who can get back of, just not being able to punch a grunt in one Halo game. So, with that being said, that's basically it. There are a few little minor details. We haven't seen too many buildings on there, but we do know that there's maybe will be some like flight and new vehicles coming. We don't have too much of that since we didn't get to see any of the gameplay, but probably in the midsummer or 2 months towards like the release, probably before their beta comes out or something like that comes out, we're probably going to have a gameplay trailer or something, but my guess is it's going to be something around Halo 5, and we haven't really seen their multiplayer. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to have a whole video dedicated to what Halo Infinite's multiplayer might be, but for now we can only just like assume that's going to be like Halo 5 since they put so much time and effort into that. We're guessing that the other games will probably just come back as well, and that's what other Halo people are saying too. Warzones will probably be back, and your classics won't be going away either. But guys, I'm GrungerLamp0 Gaming here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for your support, being a subscriber, and yeah, subscribe and hit that bell for more notifications on more Halo news and other cool games that are coming out or in the works. Thank you guys. Goodbye.